To comply with constitutional mandates, I announced state agency budget cuts totaling almost $172 million last week. I hope these cuts will be enough to make sure state government doesn't spend more money than it takes in this year. But there's a real possibility that as monthly revenue reports come in, it may be necessary to tighten our belts even more. Although we're only 2 months into the 2010 fiscal year budget, waiting for another month of revenue reports would have been a mistake. The handwriting on the wall is clear. July revenues were $56 million lower than for the same month last year. August was better, but still not good, with revenue off $31 million compared to last year. If you use July and August as a guide, the projected deficit for the state could reach $822 million this fiscal year. I believe it's more likely the state's headed for a deficit of somewhere between $175 and $350 million. Because education takes up more than 60% of the state budget, education made up the lion's share of the cuts I made last week. While education's our top priority, the fact is, comparing this year to last year, virtually every state agency underwent budget cuts, while education funding was to hit record levels in this year's budget. The federal stimulus package, of course, pumped a lot of money into education. Even when you take last week's budget cuts into account, our K-12 schools, community colleges, and universities will have more money to spend this year than last year. By law, no state agency can be cut more than 5% until all the agencies have been cut at least 5%. The budget cuts I announced last week brought numerous other state agencies up to that 5% threshold when you consider the amounts their budgets were reduced from FY09. The short version is this. Mississippi's fighting the same soft economy that's infected every other state. There aren't any easy answers or quick fixes. Doing things the same old way, like we've always done in the past, just won't work anymore. Just like Katrina was a physical crisis, we're in a financial storm that's going to last for a long time to come. Together, we'll make sure Mississippi doesn't just recover, but that we thrive and emerge as the best place in the country to live, work, and play. Thanks.